Good morning, Junior 3. How are you? I hope you all fine. Today we are going to continue our lessons in Discover for Junior 3, and we will take Lesson 3, Chapter 3 in Theme 2. First of all, we are going to talk about voting. Voting is a process for making a group decision. For example, in Egypt, we vote to choose a president for our country. Like our president Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, we choose him by voting. In voting, each member or person will write his choice on a piece of paper, then we collect these papers and count each choice. The choice which has been chosen a lot is the decision we are going to take it. And this is a picture of voting. Another example, we have a family of 5 persons. We can make voting to choose what to eat at lunch, fish or meat. So we will make voting, and then if 3 persons of the family, of course, choose fish and 2 choose meat, then what do you think the decision will be? Of course, they will choose fish to eat at lunch. Then, we are going to do some group work today. We will practice voting as a way to choose a leader for our groups. We are going to make voting to choose a leader to each group in our class. For example, if our teacher divided the students into groups, each group will make voting to choose a leader for them. And how to choose a leader? The leader is a person that you think that he will be the best one in doing the job. So you are going to choose him or her. Then, of course, each person in the group will explain why they think they would make a good leader for the job needed. That means that each one or each person in the group or each student in the group will going to explain to his or her friends what she is good at or he is good at to make their friend agree to choose him as a leader. Okay? Then in this page 175, you are going to write 2 sentences about yourself to make your friend agree to choose you as a leader. For example, you are going to write, I'm good at speaking to a large group. And you are going to write, I work well with others. I am good listener. I am problem solver. And this part of paper, which is in blue color, which is written on it, my ballot, this is a paper that you are going to write the name of your friend that you choose him to be a leader or choose her to be a leader. Okay? And this is a picture of the ballot paper. Then, a leader should have some special character. Like what? Like kind, fair, good listener, problem solver, works well with others. Willing to compromise means willing to help others, and caring. Flood prevention. Of course, we know that flood is dangerous and it causes damages to houses, to farms, and kill animals and people. So we've got to stop flood. These are ways to stop flood, which are in page 176. We are going to read. Dams are used to stop rising water from entering a river or canal. After the rain stops, the water can be slowly released, preventing severe flooding. Like of course, High Dam in Aswan. Sandbags. Also, people put sandbags around their property like houses to prevent flood waters from entering. The moving flood waters are diverted, means change its way around the sandbags. Then canals. Flood waters are diverted into canals to move the water away from the city areas. Canals can lead either to a larger bodies of water or temporary bounds. Larger bodies of water like seas, and of course diverted means change its way. Then jobs can have an impact. Yes, we are going to talk about jobs that people work in it that help others before flood, during flood, or after flood. So these jobs like construction worker, and of course construction worker work in building houses or buildings after being damaged by flood. Police officer like these pictures, like this picture, and of course police officer help people before flood and during a flood and after flood. And firefighter also, they help people during a flood and after flood. They save people. And civil engineer like this, of course a civil engineer help in drawing a design for the damaged houses or buildings. Jobs can have an impact. We choose in this page 177, a construction worker. So what responsibilities does the worker have? First, he works to build buildings, bridges, hospitals, schools, and so on. What worker positively contribute to the community? That means what construction worker can help the community in. He builds dams and barriers something like walls, to prevent the flood and protect people. What challenges? And of course, another, he builds damaged houses after flood. What challenges does the worker face doing their job? What problems happen to the worker during the job? He works during bad weather, like hot weather, heavy raining, and wind. Then, lesson 4, we are going to talk about community. Community, it's a group of people that share the same things, such where they live, tradition, language, interest, and way of life. Every community is made up of people, places, and things, each playing an important role. That means community, it's a group of people live in the same place and wearing the same clothes and having the same language. And of course, communities can work together to solve problems that are too big for the person or for one person to solve. And one good way to learn about the traits or characters of good leaders is to study leaders from the past, like Ahmed Zouail, Saad Zaghloul, and Taha Hussein. Each one was a leader in his field. Like Ahmed Zouail, this is a picture of him. He was a leader in science. And Saad Zaghloul was a leader in Egyptian history and in revolution. And Taha Hussein was a leader in writing. Then, in this picture, we are going, page 178, we are going to choose the characters of a good leader. Of course, he should be, or she should be calm, generous, and loyal, and also brave, responsible, wise, and caring, good communicator, and polite, cooperative, and help others. Then, what do you think, or why do you think it's important to learn about our past? Let's read. History provides a picture of how our community worked in the past, so that we can better understand how it works now. If we understand how our community works in the past, so we are going to understand how it works now. Now, knowing our history can help us to become better citizens, better persons, and more effective members of the community. When we know about our history, we are going to be a good persons. It's the story of us. Of course, our history is the story of us. The history we will study today focuses on people who worked hard. These people in the past worked hard to make our community a better place. Of course, we have people in our history that worked hard to make our community a better place. Open your student book to the page An Interview with a Leader, page 179. And we choose Ahmed Zuwail as a leader to make an interview with him. Of course, he is dead right now. God bless his soul. But we are going to imagine that we are talking to him. This is, of course, you will write your name as the interviewer. And, of course, we are going to say we will be interviewing Ahmed Zuwail, Dr. Ahmed Zuwail. The leader will say, for example, hello everybody, I am very happy to be with you today. Okay, the reporter will ask, can you tell us what Egypt was like when you were young? He will say, Egypt was quite clean country. There were fewer cars than these days. People were hard workers. Then the question will be, when and where were you born? I was born in 1946 in Damanhur. So I was born in 1946 in Damanhur. What did you do that made you famous? I won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry and I was the leader of Zuwail City of Science and Technology. Then, what are the traits that made you such an important leader? I was calm, polite, and helping others. Then we will create a question. Can you give an advice to the young students to help them to become a great leader just like you? The leader will answer, of course, first work hard, help your friends, study well, respect your teacher, and read our history. Thank you for the interview and goodbye. The leader will say, you are welcome. Hope you find answers for your questions. Thank you for listening, and this is the end of our lesson. Thank you.